I think it's the rare earth minerals that we have here that we don't really do all with, that China just literally held the world by the balls with. This episode is brought to you by Shrubs.me. Carney's out there, people are talking pipelines now, and Carney's like, that's kind of boring, pipelines. Did you see that whole thing?
No, but I heard about the
He's
BC
like,
premier basically telling us that it's not going to happen.
Well,
So,
he's like, pipelines are boring. We should, I guess he's thinking that we should refine here the stuff, which is actually, when I think about it, if he's saying what I think he's saying, if you refine the gasoline here instead of sending it to the States and buying it back, that's gigantic. And not only is that gigantic, that's leverage, baby. That's
yeah.
some big leverage. But I think it's the rare earth minerals that we have here that we don't really do fuck all with, that China just literally held the world by the balls with. That if we get into that game and we start refining that kind of shit here so that the world can use it, he says we need to become an AI superpower by refining the, I guess, minerals that are
Critical
necessary,
minerals.
the
Yeah.
critical minerals necessary for that. And data centers are going to be the big thing. So it's
But you
like,
have issues. You still have carbon taxes for industries and personal carbon taxes we're not paying anymore, but the companies still have to pay. You still have crazy high corporate taxes. You still have a million barriers for anybody, for any industry to be able to come in here. We've got no foreign investment. These are all going to be the factors that will determine any money that is coming out. He's talking about the amount of money in the budget that's going to be invested was a $280 billion for that generational investment that is, supposed to bring on. But you hear what Trump's bringing in with all these multinational companies and foreign governments and stuff like that. It's like trillions of dollars is just going into the States and invest. Like you have to attract foreign investment. If you're not, Canada is a very small part of the world economy. So it's like there's a ton of money out there from foreign investors and foreign governments to be able to come here and to be able to invest. And if you're not attracting it because it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make dollars and cents to bring your business here, none of those things are going to happen. So it sounds good, but we don't have the ability, resources, funding, experience to do any of those things. So that's why the
well,
pipelines are actually the easiest way to do it, is just to say, okay, it's something that we can do. We can handle that in-house and
yeah.
we can refine the oil sands and we can mine the critical minerals and we can send all those out if we have the right infrastructure. But we don't.
I think you have a stranglehold on some potentially great investments because the world doesn't want China to have the stranglehold on those minerals. I think there's going to be a ton of investment that's willing to do that because there's so much money to be made there. It's like
But
crazy.
That's a Western mindset. That's
Uh-oh.
like we're so like, oh, no one wants China. No, there's lots of people who are supporting China in lots of parts of the world.
Well, there
They're
are more
cooperative
than
with,
one team. And that actually brings me to a point I wanted to bring up is like,
yeah.
what team are we on here in Canada? Are we transitioning away from Team USA and the West and kind of latching on to China and India?
Europe.
Well, I don't know where Europe stands on everything. I
Yeah,
think they're
Europe's a
with the
huge
States.
economy. Europe is a huge economy for us to be trading partners with.
Like there was
China's
that
another huge
whole,
economy. India's another huge economy.
what was that whole thing that was going on between UK, New Zealand, and Australia and
Sure.
Kanzuk? Remember
Yeah,
Kanzuk? That's
sure.
a fucking thing, man.
The the
Kanzuk would
the
be
the
huge.
issue is our
Let's go
exports to the
Kanzuk.
US and the amount of business that we're doing with them.
China.
Okay.
Send it to
Even
China.
if we doubled everything that we do with the rest of the world, we still wouldn't have the amount of business that we're doing with the US. So it's not as far as generational investment goes, this is not something that is going to be. And then you have the factor of like Trump will no longer be in power. By the time we get anything going and we have anything lined up and we have anybody,
What do
even
you mean? He's
ready to
talking about
buy
a
our
third
goods,
term already.
whatever. By the time we get it done,
Whatever.
Trump's probably not even going to be alive. This is going to take decades for us to be able to get through all the necessary infrastructure changes. But the positive note
That could
here,
be
Daryl,
good. That's a lot of work.
absolutely. The positive note is that we are now starting to think about those things. We should thank Trump. even though he's trying to screw us right now, he's
Mm.
actually making us think more global instead of just relying on the US.
What
And
the
that's
fuck were we waiting for? Like, what the hell were these leaders doing for
Listen,
God's
you
sakes
don't
all
know
this
how to
time?
fight because you're in the schoolyard. Your big brother's always backing you up. You never
Right,
really learned how to throw a punch. And you're like,
right,
who really cares?
right,
Because if anybody messes with me, Daryl is going to go and kick his butt. So what do
right.
I need to learn how to fight for? Oh,
That's
what do
right.
you mean Daryl's gone to high school now? Oh, he's not in the. Oh, shoot. All right.
Uh-oh.
Well, I better go to boxing class and learn a 1-2 combo,
Right. When
right?
it's a little bit too late. When it's a little bit too late. I
Well,
don't
this
know.
it's never too late, but you got some growing pains that you got to go through in order to be able to. You're going to lose a few fights, Daryl.
We
You're
need
going to lose
real
a few
leaders,
fights.
not theaters, TK. We need real leaders, not people that are in theater putting on a show for us. It's enough. People have seen through the veil, TK. Who the
Mm.
fuck believes this shit anymore? Like, does anybody believe this whole goddamn
Well,
thing
we're
anymore?
gonna see if
Am I
it's just
crazy?
okay, but everybody has their political views and whatever they are, good for you. Couldn't care less. This
Yeah,
is the problem, all right?
you're a
We've
moron.
got a budget now to vote on.
A budget. Oh, do
So
we get a vote? Do we get to
so
vote? No,
no,
we don't get
no,
a
the
vote.
House of Commons is now going to vote whether or not they're confident in this government to be able to
Oh,
go through with this
man.
budget or not.
Oh,
And
my
so if
God.
they decide that, that they have a minority government, so they need help from NDP or Bloc Québécois or the PCs, they need somebody or like they need enough to abstain or they have to get some votes to support them
Yeah.
in order to be able to get
Like
this
two, I
budget
think.
passed.
Two votes from
I
the
think
other
it's like
side.
three.
No, because one guy changed sides and became a
Okay.
liberal or something.
Okay, whatever it is, it doesn't
Okay.
matter. But the
Yeah.
bottom line is
Like
they need that
trans
support.
liberal.
So
He was a
if they
trans
get
liberal.
support from the budget, no one can say, well, it's this. No, it's the whole entire political system. Then if it's really that bad, if it's really just the liberals and it's really just this theatrical performance like you're talking about,
Yeah.
then there should be an easy answer from all the other politicians to vote it down, and we got an election. Let's go.
TK. You want to, okay. So do you want to make a wager?
What do you think's gonna happen?
This thing's getting through.
Okay, I think so too. I'm not saying it's
So, but what
not.
does that mean?
What I'm saying is that we can't just simply sit here and say it's one government controlling the narrative. It's like they got a minority government. They got the budget passed. They're the ones there's lots of systems in place here to prevent this from happening, and it didn't work. So therefore, it obviously means that the general census is general consensus is that that budget is what's best for Canada.
Wowie zowie. Have you met a
Yeah,
person who was like, I think it's a great idea to go another 80, what is it? Trillion, billion? I can't even
billion.
keep
Yeah,
track anymore. That's it? Oh, well, in
78
that
billion
case,
deficit.
if
Listen,
that's
I don't agree
all,
with it in any way, but I'm just saying we're complaining about it, and now if the budget passes, it
yeah,
obviously means that this is what the masses wanted.
I don't know. Listen, if this government is capable of creating a narrative that makes things look better, keeps inflation in check,
Hmm.
rates relatively low, and markets like not crashing, I'd say that they're doing a decent job. I don't care if the stats are right. If that's all it takes is a whole bunch of lying to get like the herd to stay being stupid to keep things moving. But I don't think that's how this is working. I think that's how it works. But I think the goal is not to get it moving again. I think the goal is really to just annihilate it,
Mm.
quite honestly, because it doesn't make sense, TK. Anybody with common sense that you talk to, like if you put them in power of the country, they would be drilling and digging and selling stuff instantly, right? There would be none of this nonsense anymore. Anybody else would just say, okay, enough of this bullshit. Let's do this. Let's make it
Yeah,
happen like tomorrow, like they do in
but
China.
there's just been so many wasteful government projects, that it's almost like,
Disgusting.
is that even really what's going to make it like, you're just saying,
Disgusting.
well, just start digging and drilling and setting up all these refineries and stuff.
Anywhere.
Like how many canceled projects have we had? How many different things
But they
could
weren't real
possibly go wrong?
projects. That's the
But
thing.
I'm
They're
just
not
saying billions
real.
of dollars get wasted in these type of
Yeah.
government projects. It's like private enterprises
Yeah. No
where
government
things
shit. Yeah.
private enterprises where things are going to get done.
Just
It's
give us an interest
unfortunate,
rate,
but it's
2% on every business
cut cut
idea.
cut carbon taxes, get rid of them
Yeah.
altogether, get rid of
Income
certain
tax.
corporation taxes, change how
Fuck.
capital gains taxes are, have all sorts of incentives in the energy side. They are talking about carbon caps. So they have carbon caps that they're going to be removing in favor of some other type of pan-Canadian agreement that's going to allow for carbon credits and things like that, or carbon caps to be shared amongst the different provinces. But at the end of the day, like you have to be bringing in people from outside of the country who are just like, hey, we are from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
We know oil and gas very
Well,
well, my
yeah.
friend. We will take
Money.
all your oil,
Yeah.
refine it for you, give you a big check. You pay nothing.
Yeah. Money means nothing to us.
I'm I'm sorry, but that's the reality of what it is. When you say sell your resources, bring in companies from outside of the country, give them contracts, let them make their money. We got lots of resources to go around and have an exit strategy, you know? So it's like, okay, here's what it is. And one day you're going to sell us back the company, you're going to sell us back the refineries, you're going to sell us back everything so that they build it, they do it in an efficient way,
They should
and
do
then
it.
we get it back afterwards based on the agreement that we make with them
That's
and
right.
make it worthwhile for them to be able to have those refineries set up. But
Just
don't
do
let
it.
the government do it.
No, do it
It's
like
going to get screwed up.
China, like where they have to have somebody local that owns at least half of it, right? So you bring
Sure.
in an investor, you got a local guy, you get cheap money from the state. If your thing makes some goddamn sense, maybe even if it doesn't make goddamn sense. I mean, look at all this wasteful spending, anyways. At least waste it trying to find some fucking mineral deposit, then trans operations in Uganda for fuck's sakes. Like this is
Yeah.
absolute insanity. The amount of waste and bullshit. Even just the roads to those creates jobs and the sewers and the infrastructure and the electrical lines and the internet and all this stuff will just create massive amount bridges and tunnels and whatever the fuck, right? Like
Yeah.
drainage and like there's so much that would go into this. And it like why if people voted for me, I would just go in there, TK. I fucking drain the swamp. I get rid of everybody. Oh, I lost my earphones.
The
I
problem is that
I can't hear you.
the liberal government's super focused on all this environmental BS, and
Fuck
so
this environmental.
that becomes a huge issue.
Canceled. Canceled.
We have a huge
Cancel it.
country. The
No.
environment's going to be fine,
No, somebody needs to take this country by the balls and say, we've turned into a bunch of fucking idiots here. Enough's
yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Grab this
We got
thing.
enough trees. We
We
got
got
enough
enough of
lakes.
everything.
We got enough of everything. All
Everything.
right. Where should the bridge be? Where should the road be? Where should the, you know what we don't have enough of? Nuclear power plants,
Let's go. Let's
right?
fucking go.
Let's make some more nuclear power plants
Let's
in order to be able
go.
to create the energy we need. Create an environment where energy is cheap.
There's
That's what it
waterfalls
is.
all over the place. You wouldn't even
Yeah.
believe how many waterfalls there are in this fucking country. Like,
Yep.
let's get some
Every lake should
waterfall
have a
power.
nuclear power plant
Let's
on the
go.
of a certain size,
I said this is the
generating
best
power.
idea ever. Check this one out. And we should really do this. I think it's
Okay.
a great idea. Imagine a gym, okay? Like a workout gym
Yep.
where people were mandated to go for a certain amount of time every week,
All right.
where when you were riding the
Concentration
bike,
camps. Okay.
no,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you're
Oh,
riding the
sorry.
bike or you're doing the thing, whatever you're doing, it creates
Yeah.
energy, right? It puts
Okay.
energy into the system, right? So
Sure.
everybody's getting in shape and everybody's creating power for the city.
How
And
many
next thing you
credits did
know,
you earn
right?
today?
Like,
How
look
many
at
credits?
me, look
I
at
got
me. How,
800 energy credits today. Wow.
you look like
You've
you've
really
made, right?
contributed, comrade.
No, but this is this
Way to
is
go.
this is a
The
great
mighty,
fucking idea.
the almighty leader will favor you today.
That's right. And you got great abs, bro. You
Yeah.
got great. No, but think about it. Well,
I
there's not
know.
going to be jobs. The robots are doing the jobs. You may as well do something to get in shape and help fucking society while you're
Human
like,
hamster wheels, hamster factories, humans on bikes in the basement, Daryl's
well,
world,
you,
Daryl's Canada,
it's
everybody.
not the basement. They're above ground, bro. They're like 20 stories, these
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is not a good see when you frame it like that. I
I
mean,
know.
holy shit. I mean, the intent was really good, actually. It didn't.
There's better ways to create energy,
I'm
Daryl. I
not saying
promise.
to like burn the people to create the energy for
There's
God's
better.
sakes.
There's
I'm
better
just
ways.
saying get in shape together. Fuck
Yeah.
and like there maybe there's some runoff. All right. Well, um I don't know how we got onto that, but that was good. I think that's a real estate play. We should raise a fund for that. I'm not kidding. That thing, what about if you could like just play pickleball and somehow we could harness the heat from the game?
Mm,
No? I
no,
think that's
horribly
something.
inefficient, but I love the idea. I love the energy behind it.
All right. Well, while we're
Yep.
talking about all this craziness,
What about the stats?
the
We never went over the
stats, that's
stats.
it. Like while we're sitting
Is it
here
my
all
turn?
negative,
Is it my turn?
well, I think if there was a clock, TK, your
Yeah.
turn never really ended at at all today.
Really?
But you can definitely talk again if you would like. I mean, you don't need my permission. It is the TK Butler show. I think we
I
should
thought
rebrand again, honestly.
No, I'm just saying I thought you were I was letting you sort of lead the pack today, you know? You were leading the topics.
It's probably
When I
going to
say
be a
my
much
turn, I just
better
mean my
show.
turn to pick the topic, so
I
that's all.
think it's generally a better show when you allow me the reins, TK.
That's
That's
what
it.
people said. Yeah.
That's what.
Everyone agreed.
Yeah, all one of
Yep.
them agreed,
Everybody in the comments told me
and
that.
we're paid, and we're paid.
All right.